It sucks to feel like you, as the person who created something, don't even have like a space in your own community.
So perplexing, because most of them are like, aren't they siblings? You are
playing
so
dog.
extremely out of touch.
They're always just like, I would be the biggest Coffin of Andy and Lele fan if it weren't for the incest. And it's like, really? You're not talking about like the cannibalism or the murder?
Dude, I was thinking earlier today, I've been thinking about this a lot. Dude, I feel like I could spend the rest of my life trying to catch up.
Mm-hmm. I know.
There's so many things I have not watched or played or listened to or read or I don't know, and there's just more things all the time.
I completely understand.
I also, okay, I tried explaining this to somebody recently and they did not understand, one of my offline friends, when I was talking about like my catch-up stuff in general. I feel like there is part of the reason I feel like sad about like missing out on stuff growing up is because I missed out on the collective experience of it coming out.
No, I get it, because like I feel that way with Breaking Bad, where like I'm talking to people about it and they're like, yeah, that was cool, like, you know, 10 years ago when everybody else watched it.
I'm glad you get it, because it's like really hard to explain.
No, yeah.
I feel like if they don't understand
I completely
that
get
feeling.
it. Yeah, well, because it's like, it feels different when you're part of like, especially when you're like an early adopter. I literally watched Squid Game the day it came out, and I watched all of it, and then it got super popular after I had already watched it, and I was like, oh shit, so this is what it feels like, because most of the time I'm way behind on stuff, right?
Me too. I think the only thing I can remember, like, semi-recently feeling that way with was fucking mouthwashing, bro.
Same, dude. I literally bought.
You're like the only other person I knew that played it for so long.
early stocks on mouthwashing, cause Frederick Knudsen told me to play it, cause we were like hanging out, or I think it was after a collab, we played like Stellaris or something, and then he was like, Hina, you gotta play this new game that's coming out. This is gonna be a big deal. It is a great
took
story.
It a tiny bit to blow up. Like there was like a week before like a bunch of people started playing it.
And he was like, you gotta play this. It like just came out like yesterday. This game is gonna be a big deal. And then I was like, oh wow, this looks awesome. And then I streamed it. I was one of the first people to stream it, I think like Porcelain Maid, Joel streamed it before me, and like maybe a couple other people, but out of everyone I knew, I was one of the first people to stream it. And people were coming in, they're like, oh, I've been hearing about this game, should I play it? And I was like, yes, absolutely, you should play it. And then it became like the biggest thing ever.
I also think there's something to be said, especially with like current like fandom culture, like getting in on the ground floor of something, you get in before it gets like toxic,
before it gets bad. Oh brother, don't even get me started. I was literally thinking about Gooseworks today, and I was like, I feel so bad for her, because it's gotta feel really bittersweet to be like, oh, I finally get to be a working creative, and like my thing that I wanted to make for the longest time has become like this giga popular thing, but also everybody hates me and they will never shut up about me, and they're pulling up stuff that I said literally like 10 or 15 years ago and trying to get mad at me for it. It's got to be so exhausting, right?
I feel like I would just never go on the internet anymore if that was the
when
thing.
it ends, she's gotta just disappear, I hope, for her own like mental health, and it sucks
Fucking
so bad.
Mute 8 billion words.
Yeah.
What else does she do?
I don't know. It does suck, yeah. It sucks to feel like you, as the person who created something, don't even have like a space in your own community, right? Where people just don't like you, no matter what. It's so sad.
That would drive me crazy, bro. But mouthwashing was good.
Yeah, mouthwashing is
awesome. And
awesome.
I did enjoy it before it became really annoying.
Yes, I agree also.
Well, I don't think the game's annoying.
No.
I just
some of the ways that
I've ranted about this so many times.
I know. People who it's Fear and Hunger is kind of a similar thing too, where there will be people who get mad at you for objectively stating what happens in the game that you played, and it's like they're like,
what?
Yeah, well, like, you know about Fear and Hunger, right?
Yeah.
It's and they'll get mad at you. They'll be like, that's problematic. It's problematic that there are people who are shipping a character who's 19 with a character who's 25, and it's like, have you did we play the same thing? Like, do you know the game that you're playing? That's the problem you have, and it's not about that. This game is literally like the evil ass grape dungeon, like by design. It doesn't make any sense.
God. You know what I was getting on my fucking For You page the other day on
what
TikTok?
Were you getting?
Coffin of Andy and Lele, like, ship edits
of
the siblings. And I went into the replies because I was like, these gotta be crazy. No. It was so perplexing because most of them are like, aren't they siblings?
Yeah.
There was just that phrase stated over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I was like,
what, do you know what game you're playing,
so
dog?
Extremely out of touch with, like, yes, they are, but like, if that's the only thing you're confused about, I don't
aren't they? Gulp.
Yeah, literally. But it was like fucking 50 people saying the exact same thing, and I was like, holy shit, what
I know. And it's like, that's not even the worst thing that happens in that game, bro. Like, I get it if you're like, oh, like, this is disgusting, and why are people talking about the whole thing? But they're always just like, I would be the biggest Coffin of Andy and Lele fan if it weren't for the incest. And it's like, really? You're not talking about like the cannibalism or the murder or any of the other stuff that happens in it? It's just this one thing that's keeping you out?
And they usually, most of them just like watch like they don't play it. Yeah. They just know about the ending of the first chapter, and then they, dude, if they knew what kept happening.
I know!
Fuck!
I know! That's the worst. Well, it's because they're people who don't play the games. It's because a lot of it.
Siblings?
It's a lot of kids who don't play the game, and they just only know about it and engage with it, like in the context.
Oh my God, Saya's that way too.
Yes.
Oh.
Saya no Uta also is very much just like a lot of kids on TikTok.
So much if she wasn't so toxic.
I know. There are a lot of kids on TikTok who are like, OMG, she's so cute. And then they find out like anything about Saya no Uta. And they're like, whoa, oh my God, I can't handle it. It's the same. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, if you don't want to engage with stuff that's fucked up, that's fine. But also like.
But the characters are cute. But I really like the art style. I just hate everything else. Okay. Go.
There's a million other like moe visual novels you could play if you like the art style. Like you could find something else, my brother.
It makes me laugh so fucking. I just can't get over it. The fucking TikTok comments, bro. I thought they were gonna be like rancid, and they weren't even rancid. They were just stupid.
They were just asking questions. They had legitimate questions. Okay.
Aren't they siblings? No.
Yes.
What if I said no?
What if I told you no? What if I said no? Would you believe me then? Yeah, it's just an exhausting thing to have to try and engage with, and it's like, yeah, man, you know, and also and you know what's interesting about that in particular also is that Game of Thrones is like one of the most popular like pop culture phenomenons ever made, and there's like tons of incest and murder and everything and that, and everyone's like, that's cool.
I have seen be like, ugh, people only watch that shit if they're in it fucking incest porn. I'm like, what? Again, why is that? That's even in like a fucking setting where it makes sense.
Yeah.
And they're like cringing out at people that do it. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. They cannot comprehend things that are not perfect and beautiful and happy-go-lucky.
Yeah. Sometimes people want like grim, dark, fucked up.
I like it when shit's fucked up,
stuff.
Man.
Yeah.
I gotta think about it.
It's cathartic for some people, you know?
It makes me feel better, to be honest. That I'm not in that situation.
Yeah, I know you especially because you love like stuff like that, right?
It soothes my OCD in a really weird way.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Is there any reason you think you've identified?
I've tried to like figure this out for a long time. Part of the reason I like horror is because it gives me a reason to feel anxious.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, you and Mitt were talking about that like the other day.
Yeah.
Where you were like, sometimes I like doing bad things because it gives my OCD a reason for me to be mad at myself.
Sometimes I need to be a little bit fucked up so that my guilt has a purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. I know exactly what you mean.
What?
Like entirely.
What?
Yeah.
You guys gotta be
You guys
nicer
are
to
like
yourselves.
super villains.
What
What are you yapping about?
Yeah,
I'm
what
here
the
for
fuck?
fun, not so the guilt. What?
That's super. That's super.
Yeah.
Like.
That's extreme OCD. Is
Yeah,
what
Yeah,
wow.
You guys are super villains.
I have to be f***ed up, so my guilt has a purpose. You guys really, you gotta be nicer to yourselves.
Well, because otherwise your brain's just like, but what if you did this? But what if you did
Yeah,
And it's like a
right?
billion times worse than like.
Yeah.
But in a horror scenario where you're playing like a horror
Yeah,
game or like
yeah.
interacting with that sort of media,
You're like, oh, that.
you have total control of the situation and
Yeah.
nothing bad is happening. And
Yeah.
it's awesome.
You're like, oh, I'm anxious because the game is scary, or whatever.
My guilt has a purpose, bro.
I know. My guilt finally has a purpose.
Ugh, thank God.
Uh,
Also, you know, it's just interesting.
yeah. People cope in all kinds of weird ways.
I saw somebody on Twitter once talking about how they said they were like a psychologist or they went to school for something along those lines, and that that's actually pretty common with a lot of people that are into horror stuff. Not necessarily that it's OCD, but like the controlled sense of like anxiety.
Is
That made me feel a lot better about it.
Yeah, it's cathartic for people. I get it.
I think it's a lot healthier than other things I could
Yeah,
be doing
no,
as well.
I mean, I think so. Some people like, you know, some people smoke and do drugs to get rid of their anxiety. I've been watching Breaking Bad. I know what people do.
Time for me to fold, man.
No, you
Can't
don't
play
need
horror
to.
games anymore.
No, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. It's okay.
I don't know. I think the TikTok comments would forgive me if I was folding rather than playing Coffin of Dancing as Lele.
This is preferable to me. Oh, okay. My bad.